So in the last lecture, we have completed the road development plans in India. That is the first 20 years development plan, second 20 years development plan, and third 20 years development plan. This is very important as per as the exam point of view. So that I am repeating once again. Listen carefully. The first 20 years plan is also called as Nagpur plan. Okay, see the table carefully. The first 20 years development plan is also called as Nagpur plan. Second 20 years development plan is called as Bombay plan. And third 20 years plan is called as Lucknow road development plan. Then the duration of these respective plans are, for the Nagpur development plan, the duration is 1943 to the 1963. Okay, these 20 years development plan is done in the first, that is Nagpur road development plan. Then in the Bombay development plan, the 20 years are 1961 to 1981. Okay, these 20 years plan is taken for development in the second 20 years development plan. Then in the third 20 years development plan, hello. In third 20 years development plan, that is Lucknow, the 1981 to 2001, this period is considered. So in that period, how much target of the length of the roads are decided. For Nagpur road development plan, the 2 lakh kilometer road target is considered. Then for Bombay road development plan, the target is fixed as 10 lakh kilometer to construct the 10 lakh kilometer road. Then for the Lucknow, 12 lakh kilometer road target is decided to construct. Okay. Then deciding this target, as well as they have decided to construct the road density as 16 kilometers per 100 square kilometer for the first 20 years development plan. Means what? In the area of 100 square kilometer, at least 16 kilometer road should be there. Okay, in 100 square kilometer area, at least 16 kilometer road should be constructed. This was the target placed in first 20 years development plan. Then in second 20 years development plan, the target is considered as 32 kilometers per 100 square kilometer as a road density. And in third 20 years development plan, 82 kilometer per 100 square kilometer. This is the road density target they have put. Okay. Then they have decided to construct a road with different patterns. Okay. For the first 20 years development plan, they have decided to construct a road with star and grid pattern. In Bombay development plan, they have not decided. In the Lucknow road development plan, they have decided to go with the square grid pattern. What are these patterns of the road? It is our next point of the chapter. We will see in depth in that point. Okay, just keep in mind or remind the Nagpur development plan is a star and grid pattern. Lucknow development plan is a square grid pattern. Okay. Then the classifications of the roads. In the Nagpur road classification, roads are classified as national highway, state highway, major district roads and other district roads and village roads. Okay, these are the 5 types of the roads classified in the Nagpur road development plan. Then in the Bombay development plan, they have added the expressways. Okay, they have added the expressway which were not considered in first 20-year plans. In the first 20 years plan, they have not considered expressway, but in the Bombay development plan, they have added expressways. Okay. So the classifications of the roads in the Bombay development plan: expressway, national highway, state highway, major district road, other district road, and village road. In third 20 years development plan, the classification of the road is done as primary, secondary, and tertiary. In the primary classification, they have considered the expressway and national highway. In secondary, state highway and major district road. And in tertiary, they have taken other district road and village roads. Then the expressway length. For the first 20 years development plan, they have not planned for the expressway. But in second development plan, they have planned 1600 kilometers of the road as the expressway. And in third development plan, that is Lucknow plan, they have placed a target of 2000 kilometers of road as the expressway. 2000 kilometer expressway is targeted in third development plan. Okay, this is a very important table. Take a screenshot. Sure shot the MCQ will be there for exam on this table. Okay, next. The classifications of the road. Okay, in the classifications of the road, the classification based on the various parts. Okay, the road classified are on the various like season, how much capacity of the road to transfer the load. Okay, then where is the location of the road? Okay, on this basis, the classification of the road is done. In that, first is the based on the season of the year. First is all weather roads, and second is fair weather. What is mean by all weather roads? The roads which are which can flow the traffic in all the weathers. Okay, which allows the traffic in all the seasons. It may be a monsoon, it may be a summer, it may be a winter. In all season, we can use the roads. Such roads are called as all-weather roads. But in some of the roads, in the rainy season, the water may comes on the road, or flood may comes on the road. In that region, we cannot use the road in rainy season or monsoon season. Such roads are called as fair weather road. Okay, all weather road we can use in all conditions, but in the fair weather road we cannot use in the monsoon region. Then based on the type of carriageway, paved roads and unpaved roads. Okay, what is mean by paved roads? Provided with the hard pavement course, at least WB on there. At least waterborne macadam layer should be provided so that the pavement should be hard. Okay, that road is called as paved road. An unpaved road, which are constructed by using the earths, okay, earth, gravel, etc. Likewise, combination is provided in the unpaved road, which is not provided with the hard pavement surface. Okay, so these are the types based on the carriageway. Then based on the type of pavement surface, what the quality of surface we have provided. On that basis, the roads are classified as surface road and unsurfaced road. Surfaced road means what? The roads which are provided with bitumen and cement concrete surface. Okay, such roads which are provided with bituminous and the cement concrete surface, that roads are classified as surface roads. And unsurfaced roads, rest of the roads except the bitumen and cement concrete, such roads are called as unsurfaced roads, whose surface is not provided with bitumen or cement concrete. Such roads are classified as unsurfaced road. Then the based on traffic volume. Okay, traffic volume means what? How much quantity of vehicles, okay, pass through that section of road in the particular time. Such condition is known as traffic volume. Whether the traffic is very low, that kind of road is called as light. Okay, light means what? There is a very minimum traffic on that road. Like what? Village roads. Okay, for example, village roads. Village roads have very less traffic. Such roads are called as light traffic. Then medium, the roads on which the traffic intensity is relatively more than the light. Okay, relatively more than the village roads. Okay, such roads are called as medium roads. Means what? District roads. Okay. Such what? Major district roads. Then what is heavy traffic volume? The roads which are have the traffic intensity very high. Okay, the number of vehicles passing through that road on that road is very high. Such roads are called as heavy traffic intensity. The example of the heavy traffic is national highway and state highway. Okay, national highway and state highway are categorized into the heavy traffic road. Then the based on the load transferred or the tonnage, how much loads that road can sustain. Based on that, the roads are classified as class 1, class 2, class 3. Okay, the minimum the vehicle which carries the less tonnage of the load, the vehicle can carry the medium load, and the vehicle that can carry the heavy tonnage load on that road. On that basis, the roads are classified as class 1, class 2, and class 3. That is also called as class A, class B, and class C roads. Then based on the location and its function, where the roads are based, okay, where the roads are located, on that basis, the roads are classified as national highway, state highway, major district road, minor or other district road, and village road. Okay, these are the types of the roads or the classification of the road based on its location, where they are located. Then we have seen based on the third 20 years development plan. Okay, based on third 20 years road development plan. So on the basis of third development plan, we have just seen that the roads are classified as primary, secondary, and tertiary system. In the primary system, the expressway and national highways are included. In secondary system, state highway and major district roads are included. And in tertiary, or it is also called as rural roads, other district roads and village roads are included. Okay, this is the classification of the roads based on third 20 years road plan, means which Lucknow. Okay, Lucknow road development plan. Then the classification based on the urban roads. In the urban roads, okay, how the roads are classified in urban area? Arterial roads, subarterial roads, collector streets, and the local streets. Okay, these are the classification of the roads based on in the urban areas. Okay, so this is the classification based on the location, based on its function, based on its carrying capacity, load carrying capacity. Okay, based on the season, weather condition. Okay, the roads are classified. This is the classification of the road. This is the homework for you. Take a screenshot and try to solve these questions. In the meantime, at home, please try to solve the questions. Take a screenshot of this and try to solve at home. I will also provide the PPT. You also search on the Google, just Google it and find the answers. Then next point is our types of urban road system. Okay, types of urban or road system. How the road system is categorized? Just where I have tell that the road system in the Nagpur plan star and grid pattern. Okay. Likewise, the road system is categorized rectangular or block pattern. Radial, it is also called as star. Radial means what? Star. And block pattern. Block is also called as rectangular. Okay, keep in mind. Rectangular means what? Block pattern. Radial means what? Star pattern. Okay. So first one is the rectangular or block pattern. Second is the radial or star and block pattern. Radial or star and circular pattern. Radial or star and grid pattern. And last one is the hexagonal road pattern. Okay. So these are the types of the roads. Now you see one by one. See the figure. All the types are given here in one picture. The first figure shows the rectangular or the block pattern. See here, first figure shows the rectangular or block pattern. Second figure shows the radial or star and block pattern. Okay. This figure shows the radial or star and block pattern. Third figure shows the radial or star circular. Radial or star circular. Fourth figure shows the radial or star and grid pattern. And the last one is the hexagonal. Please see the pictures. If you want, you can take the screenshot. You can Google it. You'll find there. Now you see one by one. Okay. First one is the rectangular or the block pattern. See the picture. First image, the rectangular pattern, how it is this designed. Okay. Suppose the middle is the central area or the business area, and nearby that is the built-up area. Buildings are constructed, and along with that, the roads are constructed as in the block pattern. The rectangular or the block or grid pattern is the plan where the streets or the and roads are in the form of grids or the blocks, okay, running perpendicularly to each other, thus the forming a grid or the block. Usually, the main road is wide, which passes through the center of the area, and other roads connecting to it are narrow. Rectangular pattern is just what? All the area is divided into the blocks. Okay, see the first picture. All the area, it is divided into the number of blocks. Central area, it is considered as the central business area or the main area. Along with that central main area, central business area, the main road is constructed. Okay, main with the more width of the road. Okay, main area, road means what? With the more width of the road. Okay, the width considered as more. The main road is provided along the business area, and the rest of the roads are constructed as the lateral roads. Okay, and all the roads, see here carefully, all the roads are crossing each other in the right angle. Okay, perpendicular, they are crossing to each other. Central road only taken as the broad or the main road, and all roads are connected as the lateral roads, and all the roads crosses each other perpendicularly. Whole section is divided into the various grids or the blocks. Then there are some advantages. It is convenient to the traffic, and so the speedy and the free traffic can be maintained. Okay, it is very convenient road system for the traffic flow. The houses are constructed in the rectangular block So the convenient, economical, and most suitable for the building construction. There is no wastage of the land since the no regular portion is left. See carefully in this picture. Okay, comparative. We will see in the comparison. See here in the first figure, rectangular block pattern. The wastage of the area is very less. Okay, the wastage of the area, it is very less. All the area is taken into the construction. But see in the radial, third figure. Okay, in the radial, the middle portion area is not in the regular shape. Okay, whatever the middle portion is there, it is not in the regular shape. In second figure also, see in the radial or star and block system, middle, this is the roads, radially roads are given, and in between that road, there is the built up area. See in the second figure. See in the second figure. Okay, the radial roads are given, and in between that roads, the built up area is given. Okay, this built up area is not having the regular shapes. In the radial system, the built up area are not having the regular shape, so that we cannot use 100% construction in that area. Okay, 100% land cannot be used as the construction. As in the rectangular system, all the area is divided into the blocks. Okay, so that you can use the maximum area for the construction. But in the radial system, there is a loss of various areas. Okay, the area such at such a point we cannot go for the construction. So there is no loss of the area. There is no loss wastage of the land since the no irregular portions are there in the rectangular portion. In the rectangular portion, there is no irregular shapes, so that whatever the wastage is there due to the irregular shape, it will not be there in the rectangular system, as all the areas are in the form of grid or in the regular shapes. The maximum area is used for construction. It is therefore most advantageous for the private landowners. Okay, it is very advantageous because all the area, that is maximum area, we can take into the under the construction. We can take all the maximum area into the construction, so that there is more efficiency to construction, so that it is very helpful for the private landowners to construct the area, okay, to build the house in that middle sections, etc. There is also some disadvantages. Does not provide the shortcuts. Okay, in rectangular system, there is no shortcuts. I will show how. See, in the first figure, if we have to go for the central business area, from where the built up area. Okay, see at the corner, from the corner building, if I have to go for the central area, then it will take a long distance traveling. Okay, we have to go straight, then turn left, then straight, turn left, right. Okay, but see here in the radial, if I have to go from this corner to the main area, I can go straight. Okay, straight roads are provided so that there is easily access to the central area. In the radial system, there is easily access to the central area as the radial roads are provided. But in the case of built up rectangular area, if my house is located at this upper corner and I have to go to the central business area, then I have to travel more as compared to the radial system. Also, there is a quick turns. So there may be the chances of accidents. Okay. In uneven country, see the next disadvantages. In uneven country, it leads to inconvenience, discomfort, and expenses. If our land, where we are going for the construction, if that land is uneven shape, Okay, what is our motto of the rectangular or the grid shape? We are constructing all the roads in the grid shape, okay, in the block shape, in the rectangular shape. But suppose our area is not even, the area is uneven. In that case, we leads to the inconvenience, discomfort, and the expensive cost will be there to construct the roads. Then the last disadvantage is many junctions, hence more chances of road accidents. Okay, there are many junctions are there in the rectangular system. You can see here there are many junctions, so that there is a more chances of accidents will be there. As the junctions are more, the chances of accidents are also more. So this is about our first type, rectangular system. Now we move forward for the next second type, radial or star and block pattern. Okay, the roads are also radial, and also the block pattern is established in between two radial roads. See carefully, it is the combination of star and block pattern. The entire area is divided into the radial network of the road, forms the center outward with the block pattern network of the roads in between the radial main street. Okay, the roads are radiating from the center outwardly with the block pattern network of the road in between the radial main street. Okay, this type of road is constructed with the combination of the star as well as block pattern. See here, the whole area, whatever the area that we have to build the road, the whole area is divided into the radial pattern. Okay, whole area is first, the radial networks are designed radiating from the central area towards the outside. Okay, it radiates from the center towards the outside. Then in between the radial roads, the blocks are prepared. That is, a block pattern network is maintained in between the radial roads. Such combination of the road is called as radial or star and block pattern. Okay, star and block pattern. Then there are some advantages. Provides the direct communication from the distance part of the town. That we have seen the disadvantages in the rectangular system. Okay, what is the disadvantage of block system? If my house is located very outside, okay, at the corner, and I have to go to the central position, then I need to travel more. But in this type, if I have to travel from the corner area also, there is a provided provision of the radial road, so that I can easily access the central portion. An intersection of the diagonal gardens, parks can be provided in the aesthetic point of view. Okay, at the intersection, okay, at the intersection, we can provide the parks, gardens, okay, etc. That we can provide in the empty space. At the intersection, there will be maybe the empty spaces. At that region, we can provide the parks, gardens, etc. for the aesthetic point of view. Then there is the less obstacles, hence more practicable. There are very less obstacles. Directly from the one corner to the another corner, I can reach directly. Okay, but in the rectangular system, there are many obstacles. We have to travel more, we have to take more turns and etc. Okay, but in this system, we are dividing the total area firstly into the radial routes. Okay, radial network, so that there is the less obstacles, so that Hence, it is more practicable. Then there is disadvantages also. It is a dangerous intersection at the junctions of the diagonal street and the rectangular street. Here, the diagonal street and rectangular street meets to each other. Okay, area here, see here, where the radial road and the diagonal road meet to each other, radial road with the block road or the rectangular road. At that junction, there is the more chances of accidents. Okay, where two roads meet, radial and block or rectangular, at that point there is the more chances of accidents. Now we will move forward for the next type, that is radial or star and circular pattern. Okay, see here. The whole area is first divided into the radial shape. From center to the outside, the radial roads or network is designed. Then the remaining portion, okay, that portion is subdivided into the circular patterns. See carefully here. First, the radial roads are drawn. Then the remaining in between portion of the two roads is divided into the circular pattern. Okay, the middle construction roads, middle portion of the radial roads is divided into the circular pattern. See, in this system, the main radial roads radiating from the center business area are connected together with the concentric roads. In this area, boundary by adjacent radial roads and the corresponding circular roads, the built-up area is planned with the curved block system. Okay, whatever the built-up area we are planning, that built-up area is planned into the curved surface. See here, all the in-between area is then divided into the curved shapes. Okay, as we are going for the circular pattern, the middle area is curved shape. In that area, the built-up area is designed. Okay. What are the advantages over the, if you see the radial system, the outward side which is not connected to each other. Okay. Means what? If we don't want to go to the central area, okay, if we don't want to go for the central business area from one corner, if I have to go for another corner, I cannot go by any other way. I have to go to the central area, then I have to go for the another corner. Okay, if I want to travel from one corner to the another corner, I have to use this direct road from the center. But if there is more traffic, if there is a more or heavy traffic in the central area, then there is a loss of time. But the advantages over that, in this radial circular pattern, I can simply use the outer ring road. Okay, the ring road I can use simply, and I can travel from one place to the one corner to the another corner without going to the central business. Okay, if there is a heavy traffic to the central area, I can simply travel by the ring road. So that you can see in every city, for moving the heavy traffic, means what? Heavy loaded traffic, whatever the heavy trucks that comes to the city, to divert that trucks, there is always provision of the ring road. Okay. In the Pandharpur also, there is a link road is provided. Okay, that road helps to move the heavy loaded vehicles from outer side to the one point to the another point. Okay, that vehicle need not to go for the central area or need not to pass the central area, because the central area is always heavily there is a heavy traffic. Okay, so that we need not to go for the center. We can use the ring road and we can divert the traffic, heavy traffic by that road, which is not useful to go in the central area. Then there are advantages. It provides the direct access to the heart of the town. As the radial system is there, it direct provides the access to the heart of the town. Means what? Business area or the central area. We can directly go to the central area as the radial road system is provided. Intermittent pattern between the rectangular road and the diagonal road. Then they distribute the traffic to the different thoroughfares, useful for the economic expansion of the town. Okay, just I have only tell it can distribute the traffic. Okay, the traffic is distributed from the one corner to the another corner by simply using the ring roads. Okay, they need not to travel from the core of the section or the heart of the section. Then there is also a disadvantage. Lot of space wasted due to the irregular portion left out, not economical for the construction of the house. As the rectangular portion is only very suitable for the construction of the house, because the wastage of the area is very less in the rectangular pattern. But in the radial system, there is the very much area wasted due to the irregular shapes of the, there is the as we can see the built up area shown here, it is into the curved surface. Okay, as the curved surface are there, so there is a more surface or more land is wasted. But in the rectangular system, less land is wasted. There are separate advantages of each system and there is also disadvantages of each system. So we have to decide which priority we should go for. Okay, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है ऐसा. Then the next type is star or radial and grid pattern. It is same or similar as the star and circular pattern. The only difference is that instead of the radial pattern, instead of the circular shape, it is divided into the grid pattern. Okay, as we can see in the last picture, the roads are firstly divided into the radial, then the circular pattern is designed. But here the roads are radially outward, then the blocks are divided into the grid patterns. Okay, this is only the difference between the previous one and this star and circular, star and grid pattern. The radial and the grid pattern is the combination of radial and grid pattern through which the radial network of the road originates externally from the center. Okay, from center the radial roads goes outward. The main radial road are interconnected by the offering the grid patterns between the principal road. Okay, the principal roads are which? Radial roads. Then in between that the grid patterns are designed as shown in the figure. Then see the last type, hexagonal road system. Okay, the last type is hexagonal road pattern. You can see here how nicely the area is divided into the hexagonal pattern. See here, there are very less chances of accidents as the no road is crossing each other in the rectangle, cross to each other. Okay, in hexagonal road system, the 90-degree crossing of the road is avoided. See here carefully. You can observe here. In this road pattern, the right angle cross section of the road is avoided. You can see here, see carefully the figure, hexagonal road pattern. Okay, so these are the various types or the patterns that we decide for the development of the roads. Okay, for the developments of the roads, we have seen the star and grid pattern, rectangular pattern, block pattern, star and circular, then star and grid pattern, and hexagonal road system. Okay, so these are the patterns of the road constructed. Then our next point is planning surveys. Our next point is planning survey. See, the first point in that the field survey required for collecting the factual data may be called as planning survey or fact finding survey. Highway planning phases includes assessment of the road length required for an area, preparation of the master plan showing the phasing of the plan in annual or the 5 years plan. See carefully. What is the planning survey? It is the fact of finding out the survey. Means what? When we are going to assess the length required for the construction of the road. Okay. What alignment should we have to construct? Okay. What area we should have to go for the construction of the road. For all collecting this information, what we have to done first, we have to go for the survey of that road. Okay, we have to go for the survey. So how the survey is planned? That first we have to collect the all information. That is the preliminary survey you might have learned in second year. It is preliminary survey. Okay. Likewise, we have to done the survey to collect the all required information, all required factual data of that area. Which information that we have to collect? See, if you have to construct the road, first we need to check the bearing capacity of that road, load carrying capacity of that road. If there is soil, we need to take that soil, take into the lab. You might into geotechnical engineering, you will learn how to test the bearing capacity of the soil. Okay, we need to take the soil into the laboratory. Then we need to take the experiments on that, and we need to carry out the bearing capacity of that soil. If there is the murum, we need to find out the load carrying capacity of that murum. If we are using, if there is the rock, then it is fine. The load carrying capacity of rock is very good. Okay. Then we have to decide what we should have to, how we should have to fix the alignment. Means what? How much should be the cutting? How much should be the filling? We should have to fix the alignment such that the cutting area should match the filling area. Why? Because if the cutting area is same as the filling area, then there is the less, we got the optimum amount of cost investment. Okay, we need not to go for the extra charges to bring the material from any other to fill into the filling area, or we need not to go for the extra cutting and transport that material to the another side. Okay, so decide the alignment such that the cutting area should be equal to the filling area. I will show how. I think I have uh, shown also in the previous lecture. Now also I will show you. I will show how the alignment of the highway is decided, what we have to go for the planning while deciding the alignments, what the care we should have to take, what the facts that we have to keep in mind. I think I have shown this image last time. Now also I will show. See carefully what is use of cutting and filling. I will tell you how should you go for deciding the alignments. Okay. See this image carefully. First one, the cross section bench. Okay, first image. See the dotted line. You can observe here the dotted line. It is given name as land slope. This dotted line shows the slope of our road. Okay. By this dotted line, we are going to construct the road. Okay. This dotted line is our road construction line. And this dark line, it shows the earth surface. See here carefully. This dotted line shows the land slope, that is we are going to construct the road. And this dark line which is shows the earth surface. So now see here. In the left side, the dotted line is below the earth crust. Am I right? The earth surface is above the dotted line. So what we need to do here? We need to cut this portion. Okay, what we need to do here? We need to cut this above upper portion. Okay, next. Moving forward, see here. The dotted line is above the earth surface. Here in this next area, see at the cursor, the dotted line is above the earth surface. So what we require to do here? We need to fill. Okay, we need to go for fill the material, murum, etc. in this area because our road construction line is above the ground level. Ground level के ऊपर आ रहा है हमारा road. So we need to fill the material at this portion. Next, moving forward at the right side. See, this portion we need to cut. Okay, see at the cursor. This portion we need to cut. And moving forward at this portion, our road line is above the ground line, so that we need to fill here. Okay, means in some area we need to fill the material. In some area we need to cut the material. Okay, suppose the cutting material, whatever we got the cutting material after cutting. Okay, suppose 100 meter cube, sorry 10 meter cube material we got after the cutting. And we need to we required to fill a 20 meter cube of the fill. So what we have to do? We need to transport more amount of material, whatever is required on the side from the area where we get the material. Okay, So the transportation cost will increases, the material cost will goes on increases because we require more filling as compared to the cutting. Okay. If the filling material required is more than the cutting material, so our site will not be economical. So what we have to do? We have to design the alignment such that in that area, cutting should be equal to the filling. So we need not require to transfer the material from the another side. Okay, if the cutting area is more enough for the filling, then we did not require to transfer the material from another area to fill there. Okay, as the cutting is equal to filling. Whatever area we have cut, that area we will fill into the filling. So there will not be the wastage of material, manpower, resources, as well as cost. Okay, there will be a saving only. Understand how the alignment that we have to decide. So we have to make the plan such that our alignment should pass in that area where we need not to go for the more cutting, we need to go for the more filling. Okay. Then assessment of the road length required for an area. Okay, how much length of the road is required for that area, that also we have to assess. Accordingly, we have to provide the road length, not the excess, and as well not the less amount of road. As we go for the excess road, there is the wastage of money. So decide the length of road that required. Okay, how the length of road is decided? Decide such that there should be the traffic on the road. Okay, if we construct the road and there is no traffic on that road, what is the use of that road? There is a total wastage of the money. So decide the area such that, decide the road length such that there should be the traffic. Okay, if the traffic is there, then only we can use that road optimum. Okay, so as we are going to construct the road, there should be the traffic. Then preparation of the master plan showing the phasing of the plan in the annual or the 5 years plan. So we have to decide our plan. Okay, road is not constructed in the within 10 days, 15 days. As the road length increases, the duration is also increases. It might take 1 hour, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Okay, so we need to decide such a master plan. So we have to go by phase. We should add the phases in that plan. We have to decide the date-wise plan. In this area or in this period, we have to done this work. In this period, we should do this work. So that what happen if we decide if our plan is accurate, then what the money is required will easily analyze. Okay, how much money we have, how much more money we require, that we can easily know. Then we can also plan properly. If we plan the properly, then time also required to construct or to build the road is also less. Okay, so that the proper planning should be there. So can we arrange the resources required to construct that road? What is the resources? What are the resources? Resources includes manpower, machineries, equipments required, money required. Okay, these are the resources of our project. Without this, we cannot go for the construction. Okay, so if we have the proper planning, then we can suggest how much quantity of material is required, how much quantity of labors are required, what the machineries we required at this stage. On this stage, what the material is required. On this stage, which equipments are required. Okay, If we have the proper planning, then we can simply manage. Okay, so that purpose we need to go for proper planning. Then the planning survey consists of the following studies. See here what studies that we have to do for the planning. First is the economical study. Second, financial study. Third, traffic or the road use study. Fourth is engineering studies. Okay, these studies that we have to do while planning the road or while planning survey that we are going to do. So we will see one by one. What is economical study? In economical study, we have to see the population, its distribution and classification, trend of the population growth, listing of the agricultural and the industrial development, their future trend, classification, and the listing these details, other activities wise income per capita, banking, post office. Okay, this much area data that we required for economical studies. Okay, what is the population of that area where we are going to do the roads? Okay, that we have to do a study. Then the population growth that we have to study. How much quantity of agriculture area is there that we also need to see. Industrial area is there or not? If there, how much industrialization is there? Okay, the future trends. Okay, these all in all these respect we need to study. Okay, so that our planning should be the proper. Then then also we have to see the income per capita, banking, post office. Okay, income per capita. How is it decide the income per capita? The yearly, how much quantity of money, how much money they used. Okay, on that basis, we can justify the per capita.
Sir.
Then banking, post of how much post office are there, banking. Okay. Then after that, in the second point, financial studies. Okay, on this economical basis, we need to study their financial state. That is the source of income. Just a minute. So see here, we have just discussed the first point, traffic. Oh, sorry. Economical studies. Okay. In economical study, we have to see their population, then how the distribution of population is there, means what in which area, how much population is there, in which area, how much population is there. Then we have to see the agricultural land, how the agriculture is done there. Then we have to also see their incomes, banking. Okay. In all this respect, we have to see the do the economic study of that area. Why we have to go for the economic study? Because when we are going to build a road or construct the road, we should have the proper revenue in that. Okay. If we build the road and if there is no use of that population, okay, there is no use of that road. If there is a less traffic, so there is a wastage of money. So first we need to see that whether we get the proper revenue from that or not. Okay. So in that respect, we have to do the all studies. Second is the financial study. Source of income, revenue from the taxation on the road transport, living standard, future trends, details like the vehicle registration, court fees, and the local taxes. This also we need to study that the financial status of that peoples which are living in that area. Okay, what is their source of income? What if the industrialization is there? If they are depend on the agricultural area. Okay, so we need to see in all respect what is their income source, how we should get the revenue from them by the taxation on the road transport. We can build the tolls or we should not build the tolls. Okay, in all this area, we need to see their income source, whether we get the revenue from them by the taxation on the road transport. We need to see their living standards. Then the future trends like the vehicle registration, whether they are go for their court fees and the local taxes they are paying or not. Okay, we have to study all these details in the planning. Then the traffic or the road user study. Okay, in this we need to use see the traffic volume, then traffic flow pattern. O&D study. O&D study means origin and destination study. Mass transportation facility, accidents, their costs, trends, growth of the vehicle traffic, passenger trips, and the good movement. Okay, these points that we need to see in the traffic user study. What is meant by traffic volume? The amount of traffic flowing in that particular period of time. Okay, means what? In 1 hour, 100 vehicles are going from one side to the another side. Okay, likewise, how much number of vehicles passing through that time? Number of vehicle divided by time. Likewise, we will get the traffic volume. We need also to check the traffic flow pattern. Okay, for this one practical is also there. That what is that? We need to go on the road. Okay, we decide the road. We go on that road. We stand at one side. We just count the number of vehicles passing from left to right and from right to left in the particular time. Suppose we consider we are at the Pune Pandharpur road. Okay, we are standing at there and we are done study for 1 hour. Then we need to study the number of trucks passes, number of two-wheelers passes, number of jeep passes, number of traverse passes, number of bus passes. Likewise, all we have to categorize the vehicles and also we need to see how much vehicles are passing from left to right and how much vehicles are passing from right to left. Okay, that also we need to study in the traffic flow pattern. Then origin and destination study. In that, mic चालू कोणास तरी. Please switch off your mic. Someone has switched on the mic. Zanjay. Abhijit Zanjay. Zanjay, please just mute yourself. Okay. So see, we have just seen the traffic flow pattern. Then origin and destination study means what? In this study, we have to select some vehicle. Okay, suppose I am traveling through Gopalpur, that is our college, to the Pandharpur. Okay, I am traveling from the college to the Pandharpur. Okay, so college is our origin and destination is our Pandharpur. So moving from origin to the destination, we need to observe some things. What are that? While transportation, while we are going from Gopalpur to Pandharpur or college to Pandharpur, how much time that will take to go from origin to destination? Then how much traffic is there from origin to destination? How much time we have wasted into the traffic due to this traffic in the origin to the destination? Then how much signals are there from origin to destination? That also we have to see. Okay, because on the signal also we need to stop. Okay, if the signal is red, we need to stop. There also be a there can be a question like this: the color pattern of the signal. Can anyone tell? If anyone knows, from top to bottom, can anyone tell the color pattern? You can text on the chat in the chat box also, or you can tell from top to bottom how the signal is designed. Means what? There are three colors in the signal. Okay. On top, which color is there? In middle, which color is there? On bottom, which color is there? Can anyone tell? Someone has given answer. See, let us see. Red, yellow, green. Very good. Red, yellow, and green. This can be also asked into the MCQ. The color pattern. On top, which color is there? Middle, which color is there? And at bottom, which color is there? Red indicates you have to stop the vehicle. Green indicates you can leave. And yellow indicates uh, just if you are stop, means you are there, then you can pass or be ready to go. What is yellow indicates? Be ready to go. Okay. We should know the color pattern. Then we also need to study the accidents. Okay, we have to study the accident cases. From which junction, how much, what are the chances of accidents? Okay, for two-lane roads, if we are crossing the roads, there are chances of accidents. We need to find. For four-lane road, crossing the two-lane road, how much chances of the accidents are there? Okay, that accident study is also that we need to see. Okay, so this is about the traffic user study. Then Next study is the engineering study. Road location and alignment study, classification, types of the roads in use, maintenance problem, soil and topography study, road life study. Okay, these study are categorized into the engineer study. Road location. We have to decide the location of the road. Means what? We need to go for the alignment of the road such that we should get the maximum traffic or the maximum revenue from that road. Okay, such a road we have to decide. In the first survey, we will decide the 2 or 3 alignments. Okay, primarily in the first survey, we decide 2 or 3 alignments. The alignments are based on what? The shortcuts. Okay, from origin to destination. What shortcuts we can provide? Okay, means what? The shortest routes we can provide. According to that, we have to decide first 2 or 3 alignments. After that, we have to study each and every alignment in detail. Means what? Suppose I want to construct the road from Pandharpur to Pune or Pandharpur to Solapur. Okay. For that, I have to decide 2 to 3 alignments based on what? The easy way to travel. Means what? Shortcuts. Short road. Okay. And road should be the straight. Road should cross minimum rivers, lakes, etc., villages. Okay, like that, we have to just first decide the alignment. The alignment should not pass from the city so that we can easily and timely go to the from one point to another point. Then we also need to check the minimum crosses from the rivers, lakes. Okay, if there is no crossing with the from the because the cost will be increases to build the bridges if you cross the river. Okay, if you cross the river, etc. Okay, we have to decide such alignments. After that, after deciding 2 to 3 alignments, we need to do detailed study of each alignment. Suppose first alignment. In that first alignment, we need to go for the soil study. What is the type of soil? How much depth of the road that we have to construct on that soil? Okay, how much width that we can acquire from that area? How much land acquisition we need to go for that area? Okay, likewise analysis of each alignment that we have to study. After that, which one is the gives the optimum cost that we alignment we select. Okay, the which alignment gives the less cost, that alignment we will select for the construction. After that, we will go for the construction of the road. While constructing the road, we have to decide the type of road. Means what? Whether we need for go for the bituminous, whether we go for concrete road. Also, whether we are planning for the 2-lane, 4-lane, 6-lane, or 8-lane. Depending on the traffic, depending on the future scope, we need to decide the lanes of the roads, types of the roads. Okay. Then also we have to study the maintenance problem. Where the area where the maintenance is required more, in the river area for the bridges, there is a required of maintenance. If the area is very cloggy, then we need to go for more maintenance. Okay. If the water table is at higher level, then there is the chances of cracks on the road. Then we need to go for the more maintenance. Okay. For that, we have to study the soil strata, topography study. Okay. Then road life studies. This studies included into the engineering studies. After that, these are the objectives of the planning survey. What are the objectives? Work out the financial system and the recommended chances in the tax arrangement and budget procedure. Provide the efficient safe economics, comfortable and speedy movement for the goods and people. Now only we have discussed this point, but while constructing the road, we also have to think about the tax arrangements. Means what? We should get that much amount of money from the revenue, taxation. We also need to check the budget provision, whether we are going to construct the road and our budget is there or not. Okay. First, we also have to see our budget provision, whether the budget is efficient, whether it is safe for our economy, then whether is it comfortable to go with this construction of the road, whether we are comfortable to go with the bituminous road or we have to go for the concrete road, whether a budget is there, then whether the speedy movement is required on that road for the goods as well as for the peoples. All these studies are the objective that we need to decide while planning the road. Then plan a road network for efficient traffic operation at minimum cost. Okay. While designing the road, you should have to construct the road with the minimum cost. We should have to plan such that the cost of the road should be minimum. Then plan for the future requirements and the improvements of the roads in the view of the development and the social. While deciding the road alignment only, we need to think about the future. For that only, just now I have told that the population, the growth of the population study that we need to go for. Why? Because if the growth of the population is more, then we have to think about the future expansion of the road. Are you getting? If the population growth is more, while we are doing the population growth also, because if the population growth is more in that area, in future, we need to increase the lengths. So now only we have to think about the future developments or the future improvements into the road system. Okay. Then fix up data-wise priorities for development of the each road link based on their utilities. Okay. We also need to find out the utility of that road, how much utilization of that road is used for the good transportation, for the passenger transportation. That data we need to preserve or we need to search out. Okay. So this is about our objective of the planning. If you are allowed 231. किती पर्यंत 3 वाजेपर्यंत half an hour is there. Okay. Workout financials. Now we have seen the objectives. Now we will move forward for the next point. The road development vision 2021. Okay. By keeping the vision of 2021, what are the road development plan? So the road development plan vision 2021 was prepared with the full involvement of the highway professional both within the government and the private sectors, and the represents an expression of the intent for the highway development in the 2 decades from the 2001 to 2020. Okay, this vision of 2021 is decided from 2001 to 2021. Okay, for these 2 decades, the vision of the road development plan is decided. In this vision, both the government as well as the private sector, professional private sector, these are involved, so that efficiently we go for the construction of the road. How the private sectors are involved? By giving the road construction in the form of BOT. You know well, If you don't know, I will tell. BOT means what? Build, operate, and transfer. The government body will give authority to the private sector, which is well known, which is well professional. For that sector, government give the contract to build the road by keeping the tenders. Okay, while giving any road for construction, we need to give the tender notice. Okay, after that giving the tender, uh, the the party which are going to build the road, that party need to fill the tender. And after filling that tender, by seeing all the tenders, the government decide the construction of the road we should have to give for which party. Okay. After that, one party is selected which has given the less amount in the tender. For that party, the road is given for the construction. Okay, that party have to build the road or construct the road on their own budget. After that, he can take all the cost that he have invested plus profit of his by the taxation on that road by building the tolls. Okay, he can collect the toll and he can recover his invested money as well as his profit. After that, he can transfer the road to the government. Okay, this process is called as build, operate, and transfer. Build the road, operate the road, and then transfer the road. Build the road by our own money. Then operate means what? Take the whatever we have invested plus our profit by operating the road, and then we need to transfer the road to the government sector or the government body. Okay. This is called as build, operate, and transfer. By this way, the private sector is also involved into the road development plan. Okay, this road development plan of the Vision 2021 is decided for the 2 decades from 2001 to 2021. This vision addressed concerns such as the need for the mobilization of the financial resources, including augmentation of the road fund, toll financing, private sector participation, capacity augmentation of the main highways, strengthening of the pavement to cope with the movement of heavy commercial vehicle, undertaking the massive program of the construction of the village roads and the preservation of existing road asset. Okay, these points were addressed into this vision of 2020. Okay, we should have the financial resources while deciding the construction of the road. We should also include the private sector's participation for the developments of the roads. Then we should also have to see the how much road that we have to build. Means in 20 years development plan we have seen they have decided the perfect vision. We have to decide at least 2 lakhs of kilometer of road in the first 20 years development plan. We need to go for the density of 16 kilometer per square 100 kilometer, 100 square kilometer. Okay, this vision they have decided for first 20 years development. Second 20-year development plan, the vision is developed. Then they have decided 10,000 kilometers of the road. Sorry, 10 lakh kilometers of the road with the density of 36 kilometers per 100 kilometers square. And they also decided to build the 1600 expressway, kilometer express. Okay. Likewise, they have also decided into the third 20 years development plan. They have put the vision to build the 12 lakh kilometers of the road with the density 82 something kilometer per 100 square kilometer. Then they have decided to go for the expressways up to 1000 kilometer. Okay. Likewise, here also they have decided how much highway should be constructed, how much strengthening is need to be given, how much concrete road have to be built, how much bituminous road that we have to build. Okay, likewise, all the assets they have decided in this vision. Then the aspects such as the road safety, social and environment concern, energy efficiency have also been highlighted. While designing the road, they have also kept in mind the road safety. How the safeties on the road should be provided? By providing the traffic signals, by providing the various traffic signs. Okay, signals are provided to regulate the traffic. Also, signs are provided to regulate the traffic. Traffic signs you might have seen while traveling on the road. The school is ahead. Please slow down your speed. Okay, speed breaker is ahead. Okay, likewise, the left turn is ahead, right turn is ahead, accident prone area. Such traffic signals signs are also given to for the road safety. Okay, so that the accident cases should be minimized. Then the vision document laid down targets for the main roads, but did not specify the length of the rural road network. Instead, stress was laid on the preparation of the proper district level master plan to optimize the network. Okay, they have done the plan for the development of the road, but they have not decided how much length of the road that they have to build in the village area. They have done the proper planning for the district level master plans, state level plans. Okay, but they are not much focused on the length that should have to build in the rural area road network. Then this is the targets of the length decided in the 2020 year vision. Expressway. Okay, 10 lakh kilometer of the expressway is decided. This, see how much quantity of expressway. We have seen in the Bombay development plan only 1600 kilometer we are decided expressway. In the Lucknow development plan 2000 kilometers of road. See here the expressway 10 lakh kilometer road of the expressway is targeted. Then the national highway 80 lakh kilometer 80,000 sorry 10,000 expressway kilometer 80,000 kilometer national highway, state highway of 1 lakh and 60,000 kilometer, and major district road of 3 lakh and 20,000 kilometer. Okay, only these much roads they have decided. They are not totally focused on the rural area. Rural area length of the road is not fixed. Okay, they have only fixed the expressways, national highways, state highways, and major district roads. Okay, only they have targeted on this area. They have decided to build 10,000 kilometer of the expressway. Then they have decided to go for the 80,000 kilometer of the national highway. Then they have decided to go for 1 lakh and 60,000 kilometer of state highways. And they decided to go for 3 lakh and 20,000 kilometer of major district road. This much road construction is targeted by the vision of 2020. Okay, keep in mind these figures. Okay, this might be asked for the exam. Let's take the screenshot of this. Take the screenshot. This is very important as the exam point of view. Let's write down the thing. What is the target road lengths decided for the vision of 2021? Okay. So keep these figures in mind. These are very important as the exam point of view. Okay. Next one is the new point highway alignment. Okay. This is new point. We will start this point freshly in the next lecture. We will stop here only. I will take the attendance. Also mark your attendance into the chat box. Okay, you can left if you have marked your attendance into the chat box, then you can left the lecture. Thank you for attending.